Eurobox presents Diary of a Superhost, written by Marle Leclerc. Diary of a Superhost is exactly the kind of book its title promises: sharp, funny, chaotic, affectionate, and full of the sort of stories you suspect must be exaggerated until you realize they probably aren't. Marlene writes from the front line of hospitality, where hosting a small Airbnb in Cape Town is somehow also a crash course in tourism. Psychology, diplomacy, wildlife management, emergency response, and sheer endurance. The result is a book with real personality, one that turns everyday hosting disasters and absurdities into consistently entertaining reading. Let's welcome Marlene, who's our special guest today, to present her new published book. Hi, Marlene. Welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, when you first opened Flamingo View, did you imagine it mainly as a practical new chapter in your life, or did you already sense it might also become a goldmine of stories?
That was a nice side effect. I started it because that part of my house didn't really have a function, and it's such a beautiful area that I thought I'm going to make an Airbnb out of it. And from day one, it was a huge success. It was booked out the whole time. I can't show you the background now because it's raining. We have an early winter here in Cape Town, but it's a stunning place. But I had never expected the kind of stories that would come from it.
One of the joys of the book is that the guests are often outrageous, but never boring. At what point do you realize that hosting is really less about property and much more about human nature, human story?
Actually, straight from the beginning, there have been guests that have become friends. And I've had crying girls here. I attract a lot of solo female travelers, probably because I'm a female host. People that are on a world trip to get over a broken relationship, those kind of things. So sometimes I'm the mom to these younger solo female travelers, or sometimes I'm the sister, and sometimes I'm their shrink. Sometimes I have to be the strict matron at the convent to tell them not to make noise or things like that. But it's so funny, the stories that develop, and beautiful love stories from people. There's one story that people coming from 2 continents and coming together here, and it's wonderful.
The setting plays an important role in the humor of the book. Baboons, load shedding, wildlife, weather, Cape Town eccentricities. How much do you think Flamingo View itself became a character in the story?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's a character. I sometimes think I should change the name from Flamingo View to Baboon View, because we had a lot of baboons this year, but not a lot of flamingos actually. And that's always very funny when you have guests arriving from, let's say, America or China or Italy. They don't necessarily understand how wildlife works. So you get questions like, what time do the flamingos fly by? Well, I don't know, they don't have a schedule. Or what time do the baboons come? I do not know. I know what attracts them, that baboons will come, but I cannot predict that. So that's very funny when people don't realize that, it doesn't work that way. They show up when they show up,
Now, beneath all the comedy side of the book, there is also a story of reinvention after a major life change. Looking back now, what has becoming a superhost taught you about yourself that you did not expect to learn?
So I knew I liked to host people. I've worked in hospitality. It was actually my first career. I enjoy that. But I think what I realized that I really enjoy as well to maybe help people or guide people with whatever issues they have. Could be personal issues like a breakup or a divorce or something. Or it could be practical issues like, what should I do? I have 2 weeks left in South Africa. What can I do? Do you have any tips? So I realized that I really enjoy that, and it makes me happy when they're happy and they leave, content, and they leave a fantastic review. And it's been an amazing journey.
So a super host and also a writer now. How does it feel to have a book published?
Ah, that was amazing. When we met at the London Book Fair, I was quite chuffed, impressed to see my book on the shelf. It's obviously still early days, so we still need to get the whole ball rolling. But I think it's a very actual theme as you see what's happening in cities like Barcelona and London, where people are a bit protesting against Airbnb because, it's become hard for local people to find rental space because everything is Airbnb. And that's very much happening in Cape Town as well. So I think it's very much an actual theme, but with a funny twist to it. It's not a book how to run an Airbnb. I can tell you that, but I mean, that's not what the book is about. It's really more the fun stories that develop from all these different guests, all these different nationalities. And it's also fun to predict a bit like, oh, I'm going to get Germans. Let me guess. They're going to ask me what time the flamingos come, You start to predict a bit from nationality what people will be like. And you can be very much mistaken with that. But most of the times there is some sort of common factor that you will find in certain nationalities. It's quite fun.
Thank you, Marle. Thank you again for your time, for joining us today, and we wish you best luck with your book.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.
Diary of a Superhost is a witty, highly readable, and genuinely entertaining book that will appeal not only to Airbnb users and hosts, but anyone who enjoys travel writing, cultural observation, and the comedy of human behavior under slightly ridiculous circumstances. It is full of eccentric guests, unexpected crises, and stories that prove there is indeed never a dull moment when you open your home to the world. Diary of a Superhost, written by Marle Leclerc, is now available in bookstores and digital platforms. It's a publication by Eurobooks.